Hey guys, I want to take a minute. It's Sunday morning, December 1st, real quick. Just want to come at everybody that's knee deep in the politics of Randolph County, if you know anything about it. Our jackleg sheriff, let's kind of go back here. When I debated this man, Greg Seabolt, in debates, he didn't know the first thing about a budget, didn't know how much a budget was, didn't know how he was or wasn't going to save money. He just him around questions. So I read the Courier Tribune yesterday. He tried to go out and spend thousands of dollars, almost $100,000 on equipment to start a shade tree garage in one of the sheriff's storage buildings. They're big metal buildings down behind the sheriff's office. Great, I guess, ideology. I don't really know here, but what I want to do is, you as citizens, is please take a minute to understand that he had shade tree mechanics, deputies that are sworn to protect and serve, went and got a inspection license and some other stuff, and they went out and bought vehicle lifts and all this stuff. Didn't even check with building codes, OSHA, labor violations. All kinds of things. Just ignored it all. There was no money in the budget for his budget to do this. He took monies from other parts of his budget, such as from employee salaries, from what I understand. And again, just because he wants to. No accountability, then tries to blame, the finance department approved these purchases. If anybody knows anything about PO numbers and purchasing, they're probably not going to question the sheriff of what he's buying, as long as it's for the agency and where he took the funds from. No one's going to question him on that. The only reason he got questioned is because citizens that were concerned and family members of inmates, staff of the agency was like, we're eating lettuce and water as deputies, can't afford to feed our families, and here's this sheriff spending thousands of dollars not to give us a career development program, but to allow inmates to work on cars. And then when he's confronted by the news media, won't do a face-to-face interview, does a telephone interview, and is like, well, other counties do it. First and foremost, last time I checked, I've not seen an inmate work on a patrol car. You might pull up to a wash bay at a jail or at a county facility or somewhere, and they may wash the outside of a patrol car, but putting brakes on a car, putting airs in tires, messing with a patrol car, that these deputies who protect and serve our counties, no. Who in their right mind thinks that's okay? But our jackleg sheriff of Randolph County does. Got the Bible-thumping, most lying person I've known. And Andre Hazelton, his chief deputy, if you ever notice since he's taken office, he's never once stood his administration up and told you who they are and where they come from in their history. So, with this being said, this in last week you got Tony Richardson fired. Why was Tony let go? Tony served this county for 30-plus years, has done no wrong. But because probably somebody in his family doesn't like Seabolt, well, we're going to play politics and kick him out. Luckily, Tony's retired. Frida Reese, 13 years with the sheriff's office, in with SROs and school programs there. Both her and Tony, great officers. But we don't play politics. Remember, Seabolt, you said, we don't play political maneuvering when I'm a sheriff. Okay, we're seeing the difference in that. Let's see, Ryan Faulkner, guys. Let's talk about Ryan. Now, Ryan's not reached out to me. This comes from inside. I don't know Mr. Faulkner. I don't know his family. But I'm going to say this. This gentleman was faced with 2 life or death situations, and he had to pull the trigger and shoot 2 citizens of Randolph County. Those citizens made choices, which ended up making Ryan make a choice to have to end their lives. End of the day, Ryan pulled the trigger on the first one. Within 2 weeks later, he had to pull the trigger second time. The only person we can blame for Ryan being on that second shooting is Sheriff Jerome Seabolt, our jackleg sheriff, putting that young man back on the street to go to a call to have to face a life or death situation again. That is nobody's fault but Sheriff Jerome Seabolt's. That man should have been at home with his family, taking time off while this investigation was completed by the SBI and by the DA's office. End of story. End of story. I don't care what Jerome says in the news. I don't think it's good for guys to stay alone while that. How many times has Jerome Seabolt pulled a trigger and shot and killed somebody? Goose egg. Let's not 1, 0, 0. Like Charlie Chocolate Factory. Charlie, how many chocolate bars, you bought one. But in Jerome's case, zero. He's a jackleg. And he's ruining our county. He's ruining our staff. He's ruining our deputies. We got people making... Now, I don't know Miss Varner, and I'm throwing off on Miss Varner, but we're paying her $64,000 to be in a liaison for Facebook postings. Something liaison within the sheriff's, $64,000. But we're going to spend another $82,000 plus to make garage so inmates can work on cars? Are you kidding? Put in lights? There's technicians that spend years in 2-year degrees in our local community to install equipment in patrol cars and things. RCS in Forsyth County, just to name one. Motorola, to name another one. That's what these people do. We don't sacrifice a dollar when we got officers risk their lives, and that car is their office. We spend the right money for the right reasons, for the right purpose. You want to put inmates to work? How about some of these parks? When I ran for sheriff and I go to the library and I see 5 county workers pressure washing a sidewalk. That could be inmates pressure washing that sidewalk. I'm sure there's leaves falling off these trees at the courthouse. These damn inmates can be raking up. But working on patrol cars, Jerome, you're an idiot. And I'll tell you you're an idiot to your face when I see you at a Republican Party meeting or wherever. The ideologies you have, I don't know who's telling you these. I'm sure you're a great husband and great guy. Well, I don't know about the other part. Great guy. But some of the ideas you have, man, if you want to spend $82,000, spend $82,000 on getting these deputies some funding so they can quit eating lettuce and water and feed their families more than $36,000 a year. You're making $95,000, almost to 6 figures, plus your retirement from highway patrol, $150,000 a year, and these guys can't even buy a pair of boots for their kids or snow bibs this winter. Wondering how they're going to put food on a table, and here you making $150,000. Why don't you take time to think about your men instead of, well, let's save money for, instead of a $30 oil change, we can do it for $15. Like, are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? We got people out here can't even... You're a joke. End of story. J-O-K-E. You a joke. That's all you are. No, there ain't a criminal in this county that fears you. There's not a citizen that fears you. Nobody fears you. The only people that love you are dope dealers, criminals, and nonprofits who you support. That's the only people that like you, man. And the more of your supporters that see what you're doing, I want citizens to think, you go to Ashboro somewhere and you pull your car in. We got 5 inmates here working today. The public, they're working off as trustees, working off their community service. They're going to change all day. You going to drop your car off? You going to let them change your tires and put your lug nuts on? And you go 80 to 70, 80 mile an hour down 220? No. 35 mile an hour? No. I'm not saying inmates are bad. Not all inmates are bad. You got that. They've made some bad choices. But there's somewhere in life they've not listened and ain't following the damn directions of life is why they're an inmate. In the story, they are an inmate. The things they need to do is paint park benches, pick up trash, and rake leaves in the fall. Scrape some snow off some sidewalks. Put out some here in the wintertime, throw out some salt on some sidewalks, let some de-ice happen. But to tell me that you're going to spend $82,000 minimum already spent, and then you're going to have to spend all this other money to hire mechanics, all this stuff, and pay salaries and benefits. Come on, man. The citizens of this county can't be that stupid and understand y'all have got to understand what I'm telling you. Okay? We're not spending $100,000. First, he spent money that wasn't allotted to spend on the monies in the first place. So again, as a taxpayer, if you can spend these monies on whatever you want to, where's the accountability for him with the commissioners to allow him just to, well, we got $23 million agency, but I think I'm going to spend $22 million on whatever I want to. Well, who does this? And who doesn't question it? Okay? Listen, I'm not getting on a high horse and I get it going, but I'm telling you, folks, our county's no better off than it was a year ago. We're 12, 13 months into this election we've had, and we're no better. But what really the Ryan Faulkner thing blows my mind, folks. He's let Ryan Faulkner go, this deputy who put his life on the line twice to protect and serve our county, and now the man can't even feed his family because he don't have a job. And I found out through public record. I'm not talking to his family. I'm not throwing off on Ryan, and I'm not doing anything. More than likely, he wouldn't want me even saying nothing because he probably wants a job somewhere else or back with the county. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, a sheriff that will fire a man for protecting and serving and doing no wrong is an idiot. And for allowing him to be back on duty to pull the trigger a second time in Windermere Heights and Trinity Artsdale area, that's Jerome Seabolt's fault. He has no business being our sheriff. His incompetence is over and over and over and over. In 11 months, there's been more incompetence than I've ever seen. So anyways, I'm not the only one that thinks that. There's plenty of people contacting me daily. Y'all have a blessed weekend. What's left of it, it's Sunday. I'm going back to work. It's break time's over. See y'all.